Welcome back to Frogboy X-Men Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we are going to take a look at Godfall on Xbox Series X and S and tell you if it is worth picking up or not. So, we are playing this in the performance mode on a 1440p monitor while doing the recording. This game here also is available. Let's go over a couple things real quick. Okay, so if you have a television that is 120 hertz and you also have access to VRR, you can run this game in the favor resolution mode at an unlocked 60 frames per second, which in all of my testing with that, it's been pretty stable. Like it's been pretty stable to 60 frames a second. On the Xbox Series S, you have a you have two modes. You have the resolution mode, which is a 30 frames per second, as well as the performance mode that it's not perfect. It does feel better than 30 frames a second, but you do notice frame drops whenever you get into pretty decent sized combat. Not too bad during the open world traversal, but it does happen. So why are we looking at this again? This game here was released at the launch of PlayStation 5 and has since been released for the Xbox Series S and X, or S, as well as the older Xbox consoles. So essentially, it doesn't matter which one you have this on, you will have access to this. I will not be covering the last gen Xboxes for this game, but as it sits right now, I am pretty satisfied with the performance and everything that I've gotten out of this. Visual wise, I mean, you are getting a solid visual package when it comes to this. If you do have access to Dolby Vision, yes, you do get Dolby Vision. I made a few videos about that. I want to take a quick second here to talk about the Dolby Vision in this game. While it is not perfect, it does have a certain look to it that gives you, like the brighter skies like you're looking at right here. You do get better you do get a little bit better lighting, like when you're over here in the my capture card does make this look a little bit darker than what it is, but this actually looks fairly decent. You do get a pretty decent visual package when it comes to this game. The Dolby Vision does kind of make the colors look a little bit brighter. Like this light right here looks more blue with Dolby Vision. That sky, you actually get, I mean, you can see the sky on this one too, and it looks pretty freaking good. And this is just running in the HDR10 mode right now. Let me show you what I got right now. We got favor performance. We got motion blur on. I've got the HDR brightness all the way down. I guess I could turn that up to like 3 for this. You can adjust the field of view and then, your bloom, all of that. But we're going to go ahead and just crank that up just a couple notches and then look at it. Me personally, I kind of prefer the HDR brightness on this one down. Just it kind of gives it a little more, but when you see, like, when you put the brightness up just a couple notches, it really does kind of bring out the visuals in this game a little bit more. Like everything has a little bit just like a softer look. So all right, now let's get back to really talking about what this game has to offer. Combat is kind of fun. It is rewarding. Don't go into this game expecting like a super high quality AAA game and you'll be fine. Like, this is, at best, this game feels pretty generic. That was true when it first came out. That is true right now. I do admit that it does feel a lot better to play on the Xbox controller for me. I do appreciate it more. I like the way it feels better on the Xbox controller, but I have been playing a lot on Xbox, so I'm a lot more used to how the Xbox controller feels. Visual wise, this game still looks pretty freaking good. Like, I never had a problem with the way it looked on the PlayStation 5. It was more of the performance. I wanted the 4K with the 60 frames a second, and I was unable to get that. I am happy to say, like I said earlier, there is a way to get the 4K with that. If not, you're getting like a 1440p image. That's about what this looks like to me, is about 1440p in the regular performance mode. If you do go to the resolution mode and you don't have the 120 hertz, you get the 30 frames per flicker second camera. That, in motion like this kind of looks all right, but it feels like when you pan the camera like this, it feels like the picture's like stopping and starting and stopping and starting, and that just, it kind of messes with the fluidity to a point. But you do get, sharper resolution textures. I mean, you get sharper looking, textures that look pretty dang nice. You get better looking, draw distance to a certain extent. The trees look a little bit sharper and crisper out there in the distance, but the camera, the movement on this, with it being 30 frames a second, even though it's 30 frames a second, the auto latency, the latency adjuster that is in the Xbox controllers actually doesn't, it makes it feel like you're moving a little bit. Like, you don't notice the lag as much with the Xbox controllers as you would, and that's kind of baked right into your Xbox console. So that's pretty good. Me personally, I play this on a 1440p monitor, so having the visuals at 1440p, it still looks just as sharp and crisp as it does in the 4K mode. As you can see, all the textures are still nice and sharp and crisp, just like they were on the other one. So it doesn't necessarily matter. It doesn't make that big of a difference. The only thing it does is make your frame rate worse. So at the end of the day, Godfall. Do I think this game is worth picking up? Yeah, the price is right. If you go ahead and pick that up right now for the $29.99, yes, I definitely feel like that is a fair price for this game. Somebody in the comments section was asking, can you play this game without a gold account? Yes, you can. This is a single player game that has multiplayer aspects in it. Everything on here, you basically start this game as a single player game. Like, it's always been that way. It's the same way it is on the PlayStation. You don't need gold, or you don't need PlayStation Plus to play this game, because it's essentially a single player game that can be played multiplayer. What else? As far as like replayability and stuff goes, yeah, it's pretty high. I've played through this first part here like so many times now since I bought this on the Xbox, and going back with the PlayStation, the Xbox Series S and everything, just kind of playing through all of this and running through this, like, replayability, like, it's not bad. Like, it's pretty fun. This is perfect for, this world is kind of perfect. This is the kind of world that something like Babylon's Fall, or, Stranger of Paradise, or any of those games that have just come out would have done a lot better like this, because it's kind of open world. And like, there, you go running over this way, there's just lots of stuff to do, enemies to fight along the way. You get out here, these guys right here, those are new now because I've gotten farther in the story. But yeah, like, you can, man, I better hurry up and get away from these guys. It does start to get a little bit harder, though, as you start to level up and as you start to see things and stuff. Like, the game does start to intensify in the difficulty. I quit playing it because I wanted to jump back over to Elden Ring. This, to me, like, the $30 for this game is really not a big deal. It is definitely a lot easier to like at that price point. I will tell you that right now. When I bought this on the PlayStation 5 for $70, and then I paid another $20 for that, and I just had no desire to really want to play it on the PlayStation controller. I don't like this game on the PlayStation controller. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel right to me. But there's a lot of people out there that really like it. And, this game here is one of those ones that you're going to like it, you're going to like it. If you're not going to like it, you're not going to like it. Yeah, it feels pretty generic for the most part, but you can definitely play this game with friends and have some fun with it. Like you can definitely have some fun with it. The combat is, I would say it's kind of rewarding. It's a little bit Dark Soulsy, not Dark Soulsy, but it can feel a little bit Souls-like in some ways, but it's also a lot faster combat. There's different things that you can start to learn. Like this slide thing is pretty freaking cool. I'm glad I bought that. Somebody in the stream was telling me about it. There are a lot of people out there that like this game, so that's why I'm saying like it is pretty solid. I do like the visuals, the character visuals. The customization is pretty freaking extensive in this game. There's a lot. Like I like this weapon, but then you got like a bigger sword. You know, you've got double blades. You know, you can get into. I mean, you can. Woo. It's pretty decent. I do like it. I feel like this game is just fine, especially for $30. $30 makes this game an easy yes for me. An easy yes for me. So. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. As soon as I finish this, maybe I will go out of my way and do like a full review on it. But as it sits right now, this thing's $30. It's been out for 2 years. It's one of those things you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. Me personally, I don't hate it. So clearly, I love it, and I do. This game, the $30 price tag definitely makes this a lot more appealing to want to play. So. Like I said, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions pertaining to this game that I didn't answer, that you want answered, don't forget to just go ahead and leave a message. Like write something in the comments. I will definitely do my best to answer it for you. I do plan on doing some more live streaming of this on the channel, seeing as this game already has gotten over 10,000 combined views with all the videos that I've put out. There is interest in this game. There is interest, and I want to do the best I can to explain to you and help you understand that, like, yeah, dude, $30 for this is not a bad deal. I definitely recommend picking this up and having some fun with it. And it does look amazing on your Xbox. It's not, I mean, you have seen some stuff that's a little bit better, but at the same time, you haven't seen anything like this until you've seen this. And I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. And I'm glad the Xbox guys finally get a chance to play this. It's definitely probably going to do better. And yeah, there is always that chance that this is going to come to there is that chance that this will come to Game Pass within the next few months. So yeah, that's just something you're going to have to weigh. I definitely feel $30 is more than a fair price for this. And yep, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you go now. See, that's the thing. I start playing this game, and then I want to keep playing it. But I also wanted to play Elden Ring this weekend, and I'm so glad that I got to sit down and freaking bust out some Elden Ring this weekend. I'm really happy with the way I spent my time, and I'm really happy that this game is doing pretty good views-wise. That's awesome. So if you like this, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I will definitely be live streaming and doing some more content with this game. I kind of think it deserves it, and Xbox players deserve to know what kind of game this is and what they can expect from it, and if it's something that they should pick up. And I do. I don't feel like any gamer should go out of their way to not get something just because of it being on something else for a long time. And we got the best deal on this. You get every single piece of content that came out since this game was built. It came out, it was buggy, it was broken, it was messy, it was not that great of an experience. It feels better. It definitely feels better. You got a lot more content. You've got a lot more stuff to go ahead and do. They've fixed systems. They've made so many adjustments to this game that I definitely believe that it's worth your time and your effort. And yeah, you get a fixed game. You didn't have to pay $70 to beta test this and get it fixed so that Xbox players could really enjoy from day one forward. So, all right, man. I will see you in the next one, and have a good night.